Good evening, and welcome to the Butler High School Class of 2026 graduation. First of all, thank God we have a great night. We've been waiting for this for a while. We have a beautiful night. We had a Knicks win and a World Cup victory today. So please enjoy the show tonight. At this time, I would like to introduce NHS President Mia Boasso.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the national anthem and alma mater.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. On the hills of old Laconic, amongst the maples old, stands our honored alma mater, with her colors blue and gold. Steadfast as our slogan, true blue, loyal as the regal gold. Undaunted we will strive anew when our colors we behold, as the years will lead us onward when high school days are through. Our thoughts will bring us back to dwell on when early friendships grew, and where'er our paths may take us, where'er our future holds, we will always give allegiance to our Butler blue and gold.
Thanks, guys. All right, good job. Stay up, stay up. Watch. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce this year's senior class president, Oscar Zakarski.
Good evening, Dr. Johnson, Dr. Papa, Mr. Fitzgerald, Mr. Hall, Ms. Molina, the Board of Education, district supervisors, esteemed faculty, friends, family, and most importantly, my fellow classmates. Welcome to the commencement exercises for the Butler High School class of 2026. We don't need that. We don't need that. For years, this night felt like a destination. It existed somewhere beyond the next test, the next season, the next summer. As freshmen, graduation seemed so far away that it was almost impossible to imagine. Then, almost without warning, senior year arrived, and suddenly, we found ourselves here. The funny thing is that while we were busy waiting for this moment, life never stopped moving. When we look back on high school, most of us will remember the big moments first. We will remember senior sunrise. We will remember the packed student sections as we beat Kinnelon. We will remember prom, senior awards, the senior sunset. And those moments deserve to be remembered. But I don't think those moments alone tell the story of who we are. The real story lives in the details. It lives in the conversations that started before class and somehow lasted until the evening after school. It lives at lunch tables where the same groups gathered day after day as if they had reserved seats. It lives in the hallways, the locker rooms, the bus rides home, and the moments that seemed ordinary at the time. Looking back, those ordinary moments don't seem so ordinary anymore. Because the truth is that our high school experience was never built in a single day. It was built slowly, one conversation, one friendship, one memory at a time. Because the truth is that our high school experience feels different. Most of life is understood in hindsight. We don't usually know which moments will matter while we're living in them. Yet tonight is one of those rare exceptions. We know this moment matters. We know we're going to remember this place, these faces, and this feeling. Years from now, I doubt we'll ever remember every assignment we completed or every test we took. I really butchered that, huh? However, we will remember the people, and we will remember how it felt. Before we celebrate where life is taking us next, it's important that we recognize the people who helped bring us here. To our administrators, faculty, and teachers, thank you. Thank you for creating an environment where we could learn, make mistakes, grow from them, and discover what we're capable of becoming. To our parents and guardians, thank you for everything that happened behind the scenes. Thank you for the rides, the sacrifices, the encouragement, the patience, the countless acts of support that often went unnoticed. Every graduate sitting here tonight is standing on a foundation that someone else helped build. And to my fellow classmates, thank you. Because whether we sat together every day or simply passed each other in the hallway, each of us leaves here having changed someone else's life in ways we may never fully understand. And that's what makes Butler special. A school is easy to describe. You go to the same classes, see the same faces, perform the same routine. There's comfort in that familiarity, and that's not an inherently bad thing. However, a community is not easy to describe. It's something else entirely. A community is built over time. It's built through friendships, shared experiences, familiar faces, and that quiet understanding that people know your name, care about your success, and celebrate your victories. That's special. That can't be measured. That can't be measured on a transcript, and it's something I hope none of us take for granted. Wherever life leads us next, a part of us will always remain here. Not because of the building, but because of the people who filled it. If these 4 years have taught us anything, it's that life is rarely found where we expect it to be. For years, whether we knew it or not, many of us convinced ourselves that happiness was waiting somewhere in the distance. When we got our license, when we became seniors, when we graduated. Yet every time we arrived at this named destination, another destination appeared on the horizon, and the finish line just kept on moving. But maybe that's because life was never waiting for us at the finish line. Maybe life was running beside us the entire time. You know, a while back, I promised Brian Rojas that I would use a quote from J. Cole in my speech. So here it is, and it reads, "There's no such thing as a life that's better than yours." And I chose this quote because in a world that constantly encourages comparison, I think there's wisdom in that idea. Every person sitting here tonight will follow a different path, different schools, different careers, different dreams. But fulfillment isn't found in living somebody else's life. It's found in fully embracing your own. And that requires something all of us will need in the years ahead: belief. Belief in your ability to adapt when plans change. Belief in your ability to persevere when challenges arise. Belief in the people around you. And belief that the dreams you carry today are worth pursuing, even if they change along the way. The future will always contain uncertainty. Every generation before us has faced it, and every generation after us will too. But uncertainty has never prevented people from building meaningful lives. So take the trip, ask the question, take the chance, tell people what they mean to you. Spend less time trying to capture every moment and more time living in it. Because one day, often sooner than we expect, the moments that seemed ordinary become the memories we treasure the most. And that brings me to the words I want to leave you with tonight. The famous poet and playwright with an amazing first name, Oscar Wilde, once wrote, "To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all." Class of 2026, don't be the ones who merely exist. Be curious, be courageous, be present. Take chances on people. Take chances on yourselves. Laugh often, love deeply, appreciate the time you've been given. And years from now, when you look back on this night and on the life that followed it, I hope you can say you did more than just collect accomplishments. I hope that you could say you experienced life fully. And I hope you could say that you lived. Congratulations, Butler High School Class of 2026. It is now my honor to welcome our principal, Mr. Rory Fitzgerald.
Good evening, graduates, families, friends, faculty, staff, Dr. Johnson, Dr. Papa, members of the Board of Education, and honored guests. I'd like to welcome everyone tonight to our graduation ceremony for this outstanding Butler High School class of 2026. When I sat down to write this welcome speech, I did what many people do when they're looking for inspiration. I watched a few commencement speeches. Two of them stuck with me. One was from Roger Federer, one of the greatest tennis players of all time, and the other one was from country music artist Eric Church. At first glance, I wasn't sure what a tennis legend and a country music star would have in common, but the more I listened, the more I realized they were talking about the same thing. Federer shared a statistic that surprised me. Despite winning 20 Grand Slam titles and becoming one of the greatest athletes in history, he only won about 54% of his points he played during his professional career. Think about that for a moment. One of the most successful athletes of all time nearly lost half the points he played. His message was simple. Success is not about winning every point. It's about how you respond to the points you lose. Eric Church's message came from a different perspective, but it led to the same place. He talked about the pressure to follow paths that make sense to everyone else. Instead, he chose the path that felt true to who he was. His message was that success isn't about becoming who others expect you to be. It's about having the courage to become who you are meant to be. As I listened to both speeches, I couldn't help but think about the class of 2026. Because your high school experience wasn't about winning every point either. There were difficult classes, disappointing losses, challenges, setbacks, and moments of uncertainty. There were times when things didn't go according to plan, but you kept showing up, you kept learning, you kept growing, and tonight you graduate. Over the last 4 years, I have had the privilege of watching this class mature into young adults sitting before us today. I've watched you in our classrooms, on our athletic fields, on our stage, and throughout the community. I've watched students discover strengths they didn't know they had and overcome obstacles they weren't sure they could handle. When I first arrived at Butler High School 7 years ago, one thing became very clear to me. This community values more than just accomplishments. Sure, we celebrate academic successes, athletic victories, performances, awards, and achievements, but I've always appreciated the most about Butler is their character. The older I get, the less interested I am about resumes, and the more interested I am in character. Character is how you treat people. Character is how you respond when things aren't going your way. Character is what you do when no one is watching. And I have seen a great deal of character from this graduating class. What impressed me about this class of 2026 is not what you accomplished, but who you became. Somewhere along the way, many of you learned that success is not about being perfect, and it's not about being someone else. Success is about becoming the best version of yourself. As you leave Butler High School, there'll be challenges ahead, there'll be setbacks, disappointments, and moments when life doesn't unfold the way you planned. When those moments come, remember Roger Federer's lesson. You don't have to win every point. Learn from the setback and keep moving forward. At the same time, remember Eric Church's lesson. Don't lose yourself in trying to become someone else's version of success. Have the courage to follow your own path and stay true to who you are. The beautiful thing about a school like Butler High School is that people not only notice when you succeed, but they also notice when you struggle. More importantly, they show up when you in both of those moments. They celebrate your victories, and they help you through their challenges. That sense of community is special, and is something you should never take for granted. As you move forward onto new opportunities, remember where you learn the value of community. Remember the people who believed in you before you truly believed in yourself. Remember the classmates, the teachers, the coaches, your family members, and friends who help you shape your journey. No matter where life takes you, Butler will always be part of your story. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be." Class of 2026, that decision begins tomorrow. Decide to be resilient. Decide to be kind. Decide to be courageous. Decide to be authentic. And decide to be the person that others can count on. If you do those things, success will take care of itself. On behalf of the Butler High School faculty, staff, administration, and Board of Education, congratulations to the Butler class of 2026. Stay humble, stay focused, keep building. The goal should never be to impress others. It's to become the person you promise yourself you will be. We cannot wait to see what you'll accomplish next. Congratulations, class of 2026. Your next chapter begins now. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce our Butler High School 2026 salutatorian, Dakota Marion.
Good evening, family, friends, administrators, and of course, the class of 2026. Before I go any further, I would like to take a moment to thank those who made this graduation possible. Tonight could not have happened without the efforts and planning of Dr. Johnson, Dr. Papa, Mr. Fitzgerald, Mr. Hall, Mrs. Molina, Mrs. Fletcher, Mrs. Greco, Mrs. Lynch, Mr. Brown, and a special thank you to Mrs. Corsero for your time and dedication, not only for tonight's events, but for all that you did to ensure we had an unforgettable senior year. Today marks the end of our time at Butler High School. As we leave the place that we spent the last 4 years of our lives in, a milestone this big forces us to reflect. Looking back on our time in high school, I can't help but see how God worked in each of our lives. It's not by accident that we're all gathered here today together. Whether you lived in Butler or Bloomingdale your whole life or moved here a few years ago, God placed us all into Butler High School for a reason. We helped shape each other into the people we are today, someone I hope you can all be proud of. Regardless of if you loved your time at BHS or if high school was a difficult 4 years for you, I have no doubt that God used these moments for your good in one way or another. Ecclesiastes 3 explains, "There's a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to laugh." This verse illustrates the highs and lows of high school perfectly. Perhaps these past 4 years have been a season of blessings for you. Maybe you met a lifelong best friend. Maybe you were accepted into your dream college. Maybe you broke school records with academic or athletic achievements. Maybe you discovered a passion that influenced your career goals. Personally, I could not be more grateful for ASL class, something that ignited my passion for sign language and shaped my future career goals as a speech pathologist. Maybe you had similar experiences to me, or maybe your favorite moments were the pep rallies, the spirit weeks, attending prom, your involvement in sports and clubs. Each one of us had a different experience at Butler, yet I'm sure we all took away some moments of happiness from the past 4 years. Some of my favorite times, which brought me the most joy, were the small moments. Watching The Office with Mr. Gregor, chatting with Miss Corsero, or going out to lunch with friends, just to name a few. As exciting and promising as high school seemed as we entered as freshmen, it may have also been a season of struggles for you. Maybe you faced relationship issues. Maybe you were met with injuries or illnesses. Maybe you were overwhelmed by academic pressure. Maybe you fought battles silently, ones that no one knows about even today. I know I've had my fair shares of hardships at my time at BHS. It was not an easy 4 years, but looking back, I'm grateful for these trials because they made me the person I am today. The adversities we all endured helped to build resilience, empathy, and strength. God used these hardships to produce a deeper version of ourselves. This is life. There are hills and valleys you will walk through. There are seasons where God will shower you with blessings, but there are also times He will use hardships to redefine and redirect us. I'm sure we can all say we're not the same people that walked into Butler High School our freshman year. It's the moments of joy, the moments of pain, and everything in between that shaped our freshman selves into the graduating seniors we are today, ready to take on the next chapter of our lives with newfound skills, perseverance, compassion, dedication, strength, kindness, and so much more. Today we leave Butler High School to enter college, trade school, the military, or the workforce. Whether you were joyful or troubled, remember the past and how the times of both happiness and pain shaped you, providing the necessary skills you will utilize in your future endeavors and beyond. Just as God walked with you throughout your high school career, He will continue to guide you through life as you navigate the new joys and challenges that await you. Jeremiah 29:11 states, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." I'm confident that God has amazing plans for each of you, and I can't wait to see where life takes you. It is my pleasure to introduce our assistant principal, Mrs. Jacqueline Molina.
Thank you, Dakota. The following students have received a Senior Scholarship Award. Students, please stand when your name is called and remain standing. Please hold all applause until the end. Natalie Albin. Caitlin Aranda. Abigail Aversa. Haley Baker. Cole Benacasa. CJ Bentley. Kayla Batondo. Mia Boasso. Anthony Budaher. Nicholas Budesheim. Mia Camerata. Sydney Campbell. Paige Caputo. Alexander Cardell. Eliana Chavarria. Victoria Cuellar. David Curry. Allison Diekman. Jaden DiNatale. Madeline Duran. Elena Entice. Brooke Frawley. Tatiana Gonzalez. Yohan Gonzalez. Edwin Guandique. Andreas Haralu. Eva Hernandez. Willem Julin. Stephen Keene. Peyton Kibbert. Casey Kanalik. Bowie Kudlak, Karen Lemus Mendez, Mia Lovato Schmidhauser, Logan Mandaglio, Dakota Marion, Nate Martinka, Cassandra Mirabella, Gabrielle Muzica, Mackenzie Napoli, Samantha Nogrady, Erin Ogus, Casey Paddock, Nicholas Parkinson, Eric Pollock, Ilya Patruk, Soteros Ramos, Sebastian Rataj, Stacy Rengifo, Melanie Saavedra, Samantha Santiago, Nilgin Sirkia, Emma Scatoro, David Smith, Dice Smith, Brady Sinopoli, Anna Totik, Hob Vasquez Morales, Irina Vivchar, Christopher Wild, Oscar Zakarski. At this time, we would like to honor the following graduates who will be serving in our military next year. When you hear your name, please stand. Abdiel Alvarado Tejada, National Guard. Melanie Saavedra, Army National Guard. Daniel Wilson, Air Force. Johan Zuniga, Army National Guard. Thank you all for your service to our country. I would now like to introduce our valedictorian, Mia Bawasa.
Thank you all for gathering here tonight. Before I begin, it's only right that I thank those who made this moment possible. To our friends and family, thank you for supporting us throughout these 4 years, for uplifting us, pushing us to succeed, and fighting alongside us. To Dr. Johnson, Dr. Papa, the Board of Education, and our administration team, thank you for all that you do for Butler. To the teachers who have been here with us throughout it all, thank you. Not every teacher has the capability to change a student's life, but I've been extraordinarily blessed and grateful to meet and even befriend a few of the rare teachers at BHS who have done exactly this, who have held me through the worst of times, supported me, and impassioned me with their own dedication and commitment. You know who you are, but I hope you also know how much you truly mean to this school and its students. To the custodial staff and IT department, thank you for all of the work you do behind the scenes. Your constant commitment and care for this school do not go unnoticed, and it is more valued than you know. Thank you. And to all those in attendance, thank you for being here with us tonight. When people hear the title of valedictorian, they envision an expert in perfection, top of the class, the best of the best. So I truly hope I'm not crushing your expectations when I tell you I cannot be further from any of these titles. Instead of mastering time management or studying techniques in high school, I mastered a singular skill over and over again: failure. You may laugh at this as you see me standing up here, but it is true. I have failed more times than I can count in life, and more than I care to admit in this school alone. My failures outweigh my successes 100 to 1. But it is because of these 100 other failures that I could win just once. I've asked myself again and again, what could I have done differently? Should I have studied harder, joined more clubs, been nicer to my teachers? There were even times when I considered what my life would have looked like if I attended a different school. Different teachers, administration, peers, and classes. But it was a silly question to ask. No matter what I considered changing, the fact was I couldn't. I could not go back and erase my failures. I had to live with them, whether I wanted to or not. And so it has not been an easy 4 years, but it certainly has been eye-opening. And that is the greatest gift this school has given me, failure. Because through these losses, these tears and disappointment and crushed expectations, I've grown into the person standing before you. I've grown stronger, and I've learned more than I ever could have anywhere else. But above all else, each loss in my life taught me one crucial lesson. Failure itself means nothing if you cannot learn from it. I speak about failure tonight not to scare you or bring down the mood. I speak of it because it is inevitable. We will all fail at some point in our lives. It may be in a year, 5 years, or 20. It may be tomorrow, or it may not be until you are old with grandchildren. It's not something you can predict, and certainly not something you're taught to look forward to. But it isn't always the dramatic disaster that we expect. It can be something small, seemingly insignificant, but its impact is profound. Regardless of when it comes or how, don't let failure sweep you off your feet. It may rage around you like a storm, but instead of drowning in the floods, find the eye of the storm. Find the calm in the chaos, and let failure guide you to shore, to growth, and to success. What matters isn't the fall, it's the climb back up. How you respond to failure is what counts, and ultimately, what changes your life. When you do fail, I hope you find that the fall is not as tragic as you thought. There is a lesson waiting to catch you at the bottom. Your personal growth is there to cushion the blow, and a stronger version of yourself is ready to push you back to the top. There is beauty in failure, a grace in losing, and getting up to face another day. So be proud of every time you've tried, every time you've lost, every time you've pushed and pushed just to find yourself at the start again. Because you are still standing here today. You're still facing each day, still pushing on, still learning, and weathering the storm, so that you can one day see a clear sky and a shining sun. Failure is not the end, but it is often the start. Part of moving into the future is accepting that and learning how to keep going regardless of the scrapes and bruises you develop along the way. You must accept the most grueling aspects of life, the loss and grief and mistakes, in order to learn, in order to see the world through clearer eyes, in order to gain new perspectives, in order to live wholeheartedly and without regret. It will be hard, but the reward is priceless, and it is worth every moment spent failing and losing and growing into someone greater. As we move into this next chapter of our lives, there are so many unknowns. It's okay to be scared of the future, but don't let this fear control you. No one can predict their own life, but you can make the most of the present. Take hold of every opportunity that comes your way. Embrace the moment you're in and be brave. Be willing to try new things, to face old challenges, and to change as an individual. If you always live in fear, always step forward, afraid to fail, you're not really living. There's so much that this world has to offer you, but in order to reach it, you must live unconditionally. Allow yourself to try, to lose, to learn, to love, and to grow. It's in these moments that you will find yourself. What matters more than any grade you will receive in college, any honor you receive in the workforce or military, any promotion or number, is your integrity, your heart, your soul. So go forward with the intention of living life for yourself, not for any statistic or ranking. One day, You'll look up to see that you've created a life centered around authenticity and tenacity, a life that has touched others and will be remembered by your character, not your job or title. As we talk about the future, we often disregard the past. The two are not disconnected phases of your life. Instead, they go hand in hand. So before you say one final goodbye to this school, remember all that you've done in these 4 years. The walls of this school hold some of our strongest memories, moments that molded us into the people we are today. Use these moments as you go forward. They are your greatest tools in life. Your experiences prior to this day have built strength, character, and integrity, so use them. Every victory, every loss, every moment of your life counts for something. So don't forget all that you've already done and all that you've battled. The fact that you're sitting here today, ready for the future, is a testament to all that you've accomplished in life and evidence of all that you will do in the years to come. I know most of us are scared of what's to come next, and that's okay. There's no handbook for becoming an adult, for living alone, for going to college, or working in a new environment. But what you do have is 18 years of life in you. 18 years of love and laughter and learning, of failure and success. 18 years of you. If you stay true to all that you've learned in this time, all that you've experienced and grown through, then you will succeed. If you fall, you will get back up, and you'll rise stronger. This is your life. Make sure you're actually living it. Be courageous, take risks, and embrace every mistake as a lesson. Behind me sits a class of remarkable students, of friends I've come to adore, peers that beam with positivity, classmates that hold so much passion and love in their hearts. I know all of you will succeed, no matter what path you take, and I truly wish the best for each of you. It is now my honor to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Daniel Johnson.
Good evening, graduates. Over the past few weeks, I've been working on a bit of advice to share with you, trying to find the right words, because you deserve the right words, not the safe ones, not the comfortable ones that dissolve in the air. You deserve the words that stay with you, the ones that you find written in the margins of your memory 20 years from now, when you need them the most. Let me begin with the good things, the truth. The world will tell you that happiness lives just beyond the next raise, the next promotion, more square footage, the next comma in a savings account. We have built a belief on the beautiful lie that more is better, that accumulation is the same as fulfillment. We scroll through the profiles of curated lives of strangers and convince ourselves that we are missing something, a possession, a status. But the poet Rainier Marie Rilke once wrote that the only journey is the one within. And what he understood, what I hope that you will come to understand, is that happiness is not a destination. It's not a door you can unlock. It's a traveling of your own life's path. It is something that you practice, like music, like faith, like kindness. And it is built slowly and deliberately from three essential things. The first is family. I do not mean only the family you were born into, though I hope you will hold them close and cherish them, as there is nothing more important. I mean both your family as well as the people you have chosen and the people who will choose you. Family is the original architecture of a human life. It is the table you come back to, the voice on the other end of the phone at 11 p.m. when everything has gone sideways, the people who have seen you at your worst and loved you anyway. Nothing that you accomplish in life will mean very much if you accomplish it alone. No salary gives a comforting smile. No title holds your hand. No award comes to your bedside when you're sick. The relationship you build and tend and fight for, those are the load-bearing walls of a well-lived life. Everything else is decoration. So when the long hours call to you, and they will, when ambition whispers that there will be time for the people who you love later, remember that later is not a promise that anyone can make. Choose the people, choose them first, choose them often, choose them even when it costs you something, especially then. The second is purpose. The ancient philosopher Aristotle called it flourishing. Not pleasure, not comfort, but the deep, resonant satisfaction of doing work that matters, of being, as he puts it, fully alive to your highest potential. There's something waiting out there, a calling that is shaped exactly for you. It may be medicine or music. It may be teaching children or building bridges or growing food or writing code or raising a family with your whole heart. It will not necessarily make you famous. It may not make you wealthy, but it will make you necessary. It will make you feel at the end of a long day that the world is slightly better for the fact that you were in it. Find the thing that sets your soul on fire and then go light the world with it. The poet Mary Oliver asked what is perhaps the most essential question ever put into verse. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? I'm asking you the same thing, not because I need an answer tonight, but because you should be living in that question. Let it follow you around. Let it make you uncomfortable. Let it pull you away from the safe path when the safe path is not your path. The world does not need more people who are merely employed. It needs people who are called. It needs people who wake up in the morning with something to give. Be that person. Become that person. Do not stop until you find it. The third, and perhaps the glue for it all, is your person. Somewhere in your life, if you are fortunate, you will meet someone and feel something shift. Not the breathless Hollywood version, though that part is real too, but something deeper, a recognition. The philosopher Plato called it the soul's recognition of itself in another. As if you had found something that no market can price and no algorithm could replicate. You will have found a life, not a perfect life. Lives are not meant to be perfect. They're meant to be full of mistakes that taught you something, full of ordinary Tuesdays that turned into matter enormously, full of laughter that started in the belly and ended in tears, full of love that asked something of you and made you larger for asking. The rest, the accolades, the square footage, the things, they're the icing. And icing is wonderful. Savor it when it comes, but it's not the cake. A person with family, purpose, and a soulmate is not a person who has everything. They are a person who needs nothing. Go live, Bulldogs. Go live with intention and with courage and with your whole heart. We are so proud of you, and we cannot wait to see what you do with your one wild and precious life. And remember, all roads lead home to Butler. Congratulations, class of 2026. Mrs. Smith, may I present to you the class of 2026.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Good evening, graduates, families, faculty, staff, and honored guests. On behalf of the Butler Board of Education, it's my sincere privilege to congratulate the class of 2026 on this remarkable achievement. Tonight marks the culmination of years of hard work, perseverance, growth, and determination. Each of you has overcome challenges, celebrated successes, and earned the right to walk across this stage with pride. But tonight, I also stand before you as something even more meaningful, a proud parent of one of our graduates. Over the last 13 years, I've had the unique privilege of watching many of you grow from kindergarten students into confident, capable young adults. I've watched friendships form, talents emerge, and character develop. What makes this class special isn't just what you've accomplished, but who you have become. As you leave these halls and begin your next chapter, remember that success isn't measured only by where you go, but how you treat others along the way. Be curious, be courageous, never stop believing in your ability to make a difference in this world. I would also like to take a moment to recognize a group of students that are very special to me. To Allie and the Goons, thank you for welcoming our family into your lives and allowing for us to share in so many unforgettable memories and accomplishments. Watching your friendships grow and the love and support you give each other has been one of the greatest joys of these past years. And to my Goon moms, thank you. They say it takes a village, and you have been mine. Thank you for every ride, every text, every word of encouragement, and every time you stepped in when support was needed. Your friendship and generosity have meant more to me than you'll ever know. Graduates, as you leave here tonight, remember that your diploma is not simply a recognition of what you have achieved, it's a reminder of what you are capable of becoming. The lessons you have learned, the friendships you have built, and the challenges you have overcome have all prepared you for this moment. Wherever life takes you next, carry with you the values, resilience, and sense of community that's helped shape who you are today. Chase your dreams boldly, embrace new opportunities fearlessly, and never underestimate the impact you can have on the people around you. Your family, your teachers, your friends, and this entire community are incredibly proud of you. We've watched you grow, and now we have the privilege of watching you soar. We believe in you and can't wait to see all that you will accomplish. And remember, it takes more to be a bulldog, and you will always have a home here at Butler High School. Congratulations, class of 2026. May your future be filled with purpose, happiness, and success. Go forward with confidence, lead with kindness. Thank you, and best wishes on your journey ahead.
At the end. Not you guys. Mia Noel Boasso. Oscar Zakarski. Natalie Sophia Albin. Cole Benacasa. Anthony Elias Budaher. Sydney Elizabeth Campbell. Paige Caputo. Alexander Cardell. Victoria Cuellar. David Thomas Curry. Tatiana Lee Gonzalez. Emily Ann Jackal. Stephen Keene. Casey Kanalik. Mia Lovato Schmidhauser. Nate James Martinka. Elena Entice. Dakota Marion. Gabrielle Muzica. Casey Joy Paddock. Eric Pollock. Stacy Rengifo. Sierra Kyla Roche. Samantha Santiago. Nilgun Sarakaya. Jay Sepulveda. David Smith. Dice Smith. Christopher Wild. Nader Abu. Abdil Alvarado Tejada. Fernanda Alexandra Amaya. Caitlin Aranda. Yurem Josue Barrientos Arias. Caleb Ariave. Abigail Aversa. I nailed that, Caleb. Nailed it. Haley Baker. CJ Bentley. Giuseppe Antonio Biancamano. John W. Bird. Kayla Jane Batondo. Zoe Bukowski. Nicholas Budasheim. Mia Ann Camarada. Ivy Campbell. Eliana Chavaria. Bargov Chudasama. Juliana Sierra. Jaden Diaz. Allison Diekman. Leah DiNapoli. Jaden DiNatale. Eleanor Donadio. Anthony Duarte Epstein. Madeline Grace Duran. Liliana Marie Elias Gonzalez. Brooke Elsie Frawley. Daniela Garay. Lucas Gonzalez. Yohan Gonzalez. Emily Rose Granisi. Edwin Guandike. Andreas Maximus Harrelou. Hayden Harrison. Eva Angela Hernandez. Andy Huerta. Dylan Hunt. Leela Yaskowski. Natalie Helen Jaworska. Willem Julin. Peyton Kibbers. Jack Colozzi. Had to get one, right? Go ahead, guys. Cassidy Kovacevic. Bowie Kudlak. Karen Lemus Mendez. Ethan Lopez. Jose Angel Lopez Aguilar. Andy Maloku. Logan Mandaglio. Ali Marquez Estrada. Jose Martinez. Vanessa Martinez. Ariana Giselle Mata. Robert Clifford McQuitty IV. Caden Michael. Leonid Meto. Christopher Miller. Giancarlo Minor. Cassandra Mirabella. Joey Hart Misa. Gavin Edward Molinaro. Mackenzie Napoli. Brady Newberger. Samantha Nogrady. Erin Elizabeth Ogus. Ian Ortiz. Nicholas Parkinson. Brandon Para. Yadi Perez. Ilya Petrick. Marissa Anastasia Procaccio. Sotero Ramos Arias. Sebastian Rataj. Adrian Reyes. Maylee Reyes Quezada. Riley Robato. Carla Rivas. Brian Jose Rojas Para. Gianna Grace Rossi. Melanie Giselle Saavedra Martinez. David Santo. Emma Scaturo. Michaela Simone. Brady Sinopoli. Eddie Skubienski. Chase Story. Matthew Stump. Osni Torres. Anna Totek. Emily Van Letten. Jacob Hall Van Sant. Hobe Velasquez Morales. Ivan Daniel Villa. Irina Vivchar. Daniel Wilson. Kylie Zingone. Johan Zoniga. Great job, guys. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Student Council President, Elena Entice.
I'll move it a little. Good evening, everyone. Hi, my name is Elena Entice, and I had the honor to serve as your Class of 2026 Student Council President. Before we begin, I would like everyone to give a round of applause to the family, faculty, and friends who have helped us grow into the person we are today. Thank you all for being here today and for staying a constant sign of support. To my fellow students, I want each of you to be just as proud of yourselves as you are of your friends and family because you deserve it. Each of you have gone through your own struggles and have made your own sacrifices to get here today, so be sure to celebrate your own success as well. I bet we all imagined how this day would go. I mean, we've been preparing for it for 4 years. Between the long nights studying, early morning meetings, and the countless amount of times we have all rushed to get back to open campus lunch on time, we have all been preparing for this day the minute we step foot into Butler High School. And from that moment on, we have embraced all the school had to offer by participating in clubs, pep rallies, attending football games, concerts, and even going to the prom. And now, we prepare to step through a new doorway. Wherever your path leads, whether it's military service, a skilled trade, higher education, or something entirely on your own, the future is lined with possibilities waiting to be opened. Some doors will appear exactly where you expect them. Others will only reveal themselves when you have the courage to keep moving forward. We often spend so much time pondering about the countless amounts of possibilities that could lie behind the doors we've closed, missed, or haven't opened yet, that we forget the value of the moment we're standing in. As the famous First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why it is called the present." When growing up, we're conditioned to constantly prepare and plan for the future of our dreams. Some of us become so obsessed with our future that we spend all our time and energy getting ready for a point of our lives that hasn't even happened yet. We become so obsessed with the preparation of the future that we tend to forget about the present. But if we all knew every doorway that would arise and were prepared for every situation, every outcome, then life wouldn't be as rewarding. Getting a good grade after studying for a test wouldn't feel as good. The wave of excitement as you're stepping onto campus for the first time wouldn't feel as electrifying, and life would lose its meaning. After spending 4 years walking through the many doors that high school has placed before me, I realized that life was never meant to be easy or rushed, and that every opportunity I chose to embrace, from student council, DECA, basketball, and the countless clubs and opportunities that sparked my curiosity, led to somewhere unexpected. Behind some doors were challenges and setbacks. Behind others were friendships, achievements, and moments of growth. But every door, regardless of what awaited on the other side, taught me something valuable. I've come to understand that life's difficulties and triumphs are not detours from our path. They are the very hallways that lead us forward. Every choice to trust yourself and embrace unfamiliar pathways shapes us into who we are meant to become. And when we find the courage to open these doors instead of walking past them, we gain something far more than comfort. We gain memories, lessons, experiences, and a deeper understanding of ourselves. While the future may be uncertain, it is that very uncertainty that invites us to dream, grow, and embrace the endless possibilities ahead. Chase your goals with confidence, knowing that you are capable of overcoming the obstacles that stand in your way. Take risks, make mistakes, learn from them, and never stop believing in your ability to succeed. As we close the door on our time as high school students, take a moment to look back on all that we've accomplished. The friendships we've built, the challenges we've overcome, and the memories that have shaped us. Embrace today because we all only get one high school graduation and one chance to experience this chapter of our lives, but do not fear tomorrow. Trust yourself, trust the journey, and remember that you are capable of creating a life greater than you've ever imagined. To the class of 2026, when we toss our caps, one sentiment remains true. As you step through the doorways that await you, don't be afraid to welcome the opportunities on the other side. Embrace all that life is willing to offer you. Try new things, take the difficult class, start the business, study abroad, and say yes to the opportunities that challenge you and help you grow. Some will lead to success, others to valuable lessons, but all of them will shape the person you are becoming. Live each day knowing you are capable of the reality you set your mind to, because you deserve to live the life you were destined to have and grow into someone you are proud to be and love wholeheartedly. God bless everyone in attendance, and congratulations to the class of 2026.